Today is December 26th. It's the 361st day of the year, and this is the On This Day podcast. Today is Boxing Day in the UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and the Commonwealth Territories. Boxing Day is a secular holiday that follows Christmas Day. By some accounts, it has its origins in the 17th century tradition of giving a Christmas box to tradespeople and servants. A box filled with gifts, money, and even leftover food from the Christmas dinner. These days, Boxing Day is a shopping holiday. It's the second day of Christmastide, the 12 days of Christmas, and it also coincides with St. Stephen's Day, honoring St. Stephen, the first Christian martyr. In Ireland and the Isle of Man, St. Stephen's Day is also celebrated as the Day of the Wren, or Hunt the Wren Day. People dress up in suits made of straw. They call them Wren boys or mummers. They parade through town on the hunt for a wren, which is placed atop a pole amidst song and merriment. It's a Celtic thing, and I'm sure there's some intoxicating libations involved. Hibarigani. Today is also the first day of Kwanzaa, a week-long observance honoring African heritage celebrated by African Americans in the U.S. and Western African descendants in other parts of the world. 7 candles are lit on the 7 days of the week-long celebration, each of the candles and days representing one of the 7 principles of African heritage: unity, self-determination, collective work and responsibility, cooperative economics, purpose, creativity, and faith. Kwanzaa celebrations also include a feast, an exchange of gifts, and the festive greeting Hibarigani, Swahili for "How are you?" And today is also the first day of Junkanoo, a traditional street parade held in the Bahamas with music, dance, and costumes. It's similar to a Mardi Gras parade. Junkanoo parades take place all throughout the Bahamas and some parts of Key West and Miami. Today, Boxing Day, is the first day the Junkanoo parades are held. The second day for Junkanoo parades will be on New Year's Day. And on this day in 2004, an earthquake rocks the Indian Ocean floor off the west coast of Sumatra, Indonesia. It's a massive earthquake that causes a number of tsunamis along the coastlines of the Indian Ocean. 14 countries are impacted by waves as high as 100 feet, which inundate coastal communities of all shapes and sizes. All along the beaches of Thailand, Indonesia, Sri Lanka, people from all walks of life, villagers and tourists, watch as the ocean recedes like a low tide, but in a matter of minutes as opposed to hours. Some recognize the danger of an impending tsunami wave. Many others, though, are drawn to the odd occurrence and move towards the ocean for a closer look. It's almost as if the sea is disappearing. But then, without warning, a wall of water comes rushing in, swiftly and steadily. In places like Phuket, Thailand, and Banda Aceh, Indonesia, the massive waves don't crash on the beach as much as they roll over it, relentlessly moving inland, picking up and carrying with it everything in its path: houses, trees, boats, furniture, automobiles, and people. The destruction is on a scale that is almost incomprehensible. Hundreds of thousands of miles of coastline impacted, whole communities wiped off the map. 2 million people are suddenly homeless, and hundreds of thousands of people dead or missing. Families separated by the force of nature, standing next to loved ones 1 minute and in the blink of an eye, picked up in the surge of water and carried miles away from each other. Those who are lucky find each other again within days, some within weeks. Others are never seen again. Approximately 125,000 people are injured in the earthquake and tsunami on this day, and an estimated 230,000 people perish, with another 45 to 50,000 people missing and presumed dead. A death toll of upwards of 280,000 people who lose their lives in the massive waves that come ashore on this day in 2004, all around the Indian Ocean, the coasts of Thailand, Indonesia, and many more nations and coastal communities as far away as the Horn of Africa. The tsunami on this day in 2004 is one of the deadliest natural disasters in the history of the world. There are 5 days left in the year. On This Day is produced by me, Dave Schultz. Thank you very much for listening. Continuing with the 10 Days of On This Day podcast, we have a listen back to June 5th, the assassination of Robert F. Kennedy. Have a listen at Twitter at OnThisDayPod. Again, that's at OnThisDayPod, or Facebook /OnThisDayPodcast. We'll be tweeting and face-speaking the episode out there a little later today. So if you're still listening, Abarigani. Talk to you tomorrow.